Welcome to your Cochrane Right Now. This is a weekly podcast all about the best town in the world, Cochrane, Alberta. We're laughing. My name's Eric Ruddle, here with Lauren Meiser, because Lauren's making us wear these awful headphones that I built for the morning show here at Cochrane Now. I zip-tied these ornaments to their headphones, thinking it was funny. You guys keep these on, eh?
Oh, you know what?
They're awful.
It's not that bad.
They're heavy.
I haven't worn the reindeer antlers just yet, but one thing I'm noticing after you have been wearing those for about 30 seconds, you must shake your head more than Candace because they move. Candace, they don't move when Candace talks.
Yeah,
so it's kind of distracting.
For audio listeners, I have like those car reindeer horns zip-tied onto my headphones, and Lauren, you have a tree topper.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with it. It's actually a tree topper.
Oh, yeah.
Why would you put a Christmas tree on top of your Christmas tree?
That's why they're on headphones.
Because no one wants to put it on their Christmas tree.
I guess, yeah. It doesn't light up either. It's very nice, though. I like it. It's very it's very nice.
I think we need to do something with your headphones.
Leave my headphones alone.
We still have a few more days.
I'm a professional, Lauren, and this week is all ramping up to the holiday season, to Christmas time here in Cochrane, and we got to go do something kind of exclusive. Only a few businesses in town get to go do this, and it is help the Activettes put together their amazing Share Your Christmas program. Not only have they been collecting all these donations from Cochranites for over a month now, it seems. Mm-hmm. Now they need to do something with it. And let me tell you, this is quite the undertaking. So let's jump back to Tuesday. Tuesday, 9 a.m., we went in to Toyland. Mm-hmm. And what does that look like?
It was, well, first of all, we didn't know what to expect because they changed locations this year. And we were told that it was a little bit of a smaller location. Yeah. So we were thinking we were going to run into this, small little space where we would be tripping over each other. But it was a bit smaller, but it was still so organized and well laid out. I was super impressed. And the selection of toys in there, it was absolutely incredible. And the way that they have it organized, you're basically given, a family. So say it's a family of a mom and a dad and 3 different kids. And so you have the age of the kids, you have the size of what kind of jammies they're going to wear and whatnot. And you even have special interests for the kids. So say 2 of the kids like Lego or they like Barbie.
Seriously with the headphones on.
I know.
Keep going.
So anyways, obviously, you try to cater as much as you can while you're grabbing these gifts. This is going to be a long podcast here if you're going to laugh the whole time. We are 100% professional here at Cochrane now. You're not even going to look at me now. No. Anyway, so very, very well organized and well laid out is what I'm trying to say.
And it's really cool because you get an age group and it's like they're 12 years old, right? And a few interests. And really, you just walk up to a table and it's like, here's everything that boys between the ages of 7 to 10 enjoy. And let me tell you, the decision making that goes into, you are building Christmas for this family.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like you are picking what will go underneath the Christmas tree. And some of the prompts are a little bit vague, right? I like unicorns. Oh, my goodness. There is 15 different unicorns here. You don't have like a picture of the kid. You don't have anything.
That's
just all the prompts you're getting. So the decisions were hard, and I struggled with it. I might have yelled at one of our coworkers a little bit because I take it very seriously.
You do. So the person that you were partnered with was Jenny. She's one of our sales reps here at the station. So she kind of operated very differently from you. Yes. So she was she's got young children. Yes. And so she was kind of taking the approach, well, my daughter would like this. She's around the same age category. We should just grab this. And you're like, no, on the list, this is what the kid likes.
Exactly. I was like shot in. I am just tunnel vision onto what they like. They obviously got a ton of stuffed animals, especially from the Tay Bear toss that Hitman did. So there was hundreds of them in there. And one little girl said she loves girly dinosaurs. I climbed through that entire box to find a girly dinosaur because you can't send like a stuffed teddy to this girl.
No, she wants a girly dinosaur.
Dinosaurs, right? So it's so humbling going to this, right? Because you think about the problems in our life and the rushing and going out shopping. But for a lot of families, this is Christmas, and it's such a cool honor to go out there. And even the Activettes, they like me so much, I think they're going to offer me a supervisor position.
Well, they did really like you, and they did offer you a supervisor position. They were talking about it, but I don't know if it's because of the work that you did. I think it's honestly because it was a bunch of ladies, and you were the loudest out of everyone. And you're also the bossiest.
Oh, I am very bossy.
So Candace and I were teamed up. And everything that we did, you would kind of like peek your head in, and you're like, well, that's not right.
No.
And you would just be so ridiculous and so bossy, and just I don't know, I just didn't like the way you functioned.
There's gonna be families who are like, why did I get these pajamas? That's Lauren and Candace's fault. Let me tell you. When they open my presents, they're going to be like, this is everything I ever asked for. Eric must have.
You know what? Maybe, you could question some things, but when it comes to pajamas and shopping, like clothing, 100%, you can't question that, because that is my forte.
That's true. It was just really cool. And then today we got to go do the other side of the coin. If you didn't know, the Cochrane Activettes also run the food bank here in town all year round. But of course, Christmas is their big push. And we've done the food bank a couple of years in a row now, but they changed it this year because demand is skyrocketing.
Yeah, incredible. Yeah.
So today we were building more your Christmas day, right? So we put stuff in there for breakfast, lunch, and dinner we didn't really get to see because they're putting fresh produce.
It's going to be, and a turkey. They're all getting a turkey as well, which is pretty cool.
Super cool. And just the amount that these Activettes, they're volunteers. And we were there for 3 hours. And by the time noon hit, our 3 hours, we were like, oh, okay. Like our hands are all cut up because we're opening boxes and we're like, oh, we're trying to learn and read all this stuff. And that's just...
Well, and we're all starving too because we normally just sit at a computer. We don't really get that hungry, but we actually did physical labor. So we're like, we need to go grab some food before we go back to work because we aren't used to burning this many calories.
And just watching Charlene from the Activettes just like boom, 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 just refilling the shelves so us noobs who don't know what we're doing don't have to go into the boxes and wreck their system.
Well, and we even asked Tony. we worked a lot with Tony today, and I can't remember exactly how she worded it, but we asked her, like, is it more of a pain having us, like people like us, come in and help you guys out for a few hours, or do you like the extra help? Because we have to ask a lot of questions. Yes. We do make some mistakes, and she's like, well, you guys are a little bit slow, but we do enjoy having you in, and you are a big help. So I think that we were helpful, even though, it's probably a little bit painful at times.
Yeah, and they were telling us about Garmin comes and moves the boxes and they always get first dibs and stuff. And it's like, oh, so we're kind of useless. We did make them laugh a lot, though.
Yes.
So
I think that we would win the prize for being the most fun to hang out with. I mean, if there was a prize for that.
There is a prize. But so cool. And of course, those hampers, those toys are going to make their way to Cochranites and in the surrounding area as well, which is going to be incredible this year because, man, that demand, but the generosity of Cochranites. If you've ever been curious, you just need to look at photos of this because, the toys alone, we're not talking about just your willy-nilly. These are top-end $20 plus Barbies, superheroes, Pokemon cards. Everything was there, and it's just incredible. Yeah. Just incredible.
Yeah, great selection.
And speaking of the Activettes, they made $19,000 yesterday at the CP Holiday Train.
Yeah, just no big deal. No. Just a couple of, just one afternoon. I know. Isn't that number incredible? I was expecting a few thousand, maybe 2 or 3 or 4,000.
Exactly, right?
But $19,000 in one afternoon.
I know. It was incredible. And it was just a random event during the day because, of course, the CP Holiday Train, which I learned today, has to continue on to Banff. So they said, we'll never get it at night, which kind of isn't that fun because it was a little overcast so we could see the lights.
We could see them, but I mean, you just have to think how much more magical it would be if it would have actually been dark out.
Oh, yeah. But let me tell you, the amount of kids who got to skip school yesterday, there were so many kids down there at 2-ish, and you're like, I think you were supposed to be in class.
Oh, yeah. So I picked my kids up from school 10 minutes early.
Nice.
So they have the 10 minutes, whatever. That's still a bonus.
Pack up time.
Yeah, but it's still, a little bit of a treat because both of them, they didn't even know. They were surprised. Both of them, the office called their classroom, and then they're like, sweet, we get to leave class. Yeah. But the big thing was not having to take the bus home.
Oh,
so that shaved 25 minutes off their day. But they were talking about it nonstop. They had such a blast. The entertainment entertainment. It was fantastic. They did lose power there. I know you had to,
I had to
come back
boogie
to you were on the air at the time. But Mackenzie Porter was right in the middle of a song. She was just rocking it out, and then boom, just all the lights went down, the microphone, everything. So then she actually, it took her a minute actually because she kept on singing, and then she kind of figured it out pretty quickly. But probably took 3 or 4 minutes, and then they got the power back on.
So we got Virginia to Vegas up there, who's like a top 40 kind of group. Still very popular.
Oh, they were great.
Both songs
I did
played.
too. I actually didn't even realize who they were until they sang those songs. I was like,
I'm not old. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, even though I very rarely don't like listen to non-country music, I was like, okay, I've heard of those songs.
Yeah, and then Mackenzie Porter just rocking it. She had her violin, which was really cool. Or is it a fiddle at that point?
It was a fiddle. It was a fiddle, and she had pink hair, which was cool.
Your daughter got to kind of meet her through the fence.
Yeah,
it's a very strange photo.
It is a bit of a strange photo, but it was cool because my daughter was there, and then one of her friends from school was there, and it was her birthday. Not my daughter, my daughter's friend. And apparently my daughter's friend said it was the best day ever, best birthday ever, because she got to meet Mackenzie Porter, and she had a free concert for her birthday.
Those poor parents, like, how will you ever follow that up? Next year, it's like, oh, thanks for the dream house. Where's Mackenzie Porter?
Yeah, where's my free concert?
Exactly. It was really cool. It was really cold. It got really, really cold there for a little bit there, but just there's got to be 500 plus people just showing up on a random Tuesday afternoon for this 35-minute show, and all that money raised, and they raised a bunch of food for the food bank as well. It was really, really cool.
Yeah.
So there's a video up on cochranow.com if you missed it, if you had like a job and you couldn't go down in the middle
couldn't
of the
skip work.
Yeah, exactly. And then there's one more mega party of the year, it looks like. It's going to be down at Spray Lakes, and it is the New Year's Eve celebration.
Mm-hmm.
And sadly, both of us had to miss it last year because we both had COVID.
Yeah.
But this isn't bad. We still went down, but not to the event. So like my whole family was infected, and we parked up near like Half Hitch and just stood on the side to see the fireworks.
I was going to say, wasn't that kind of like the last day of your quarantine last year? So it was kind of like you could kind of break free a little bit.
Yeah, and we didn't see anyone. We wouldn't have went down to that anyway.
Yeah, anyway. And that was a year ago, and you're fine. And you didn't see it. Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Exactly. But it's a really cool event because it's indoors and outdoors. So last year it was cold. And this year, there's a high chance of it being cold. But they opened the climbing wall. Spider-Man's coming in.
So cool.
They're doing a dance. Like growing up here in town, they always had dances. There was a community hall right across from like the FCSS building.
Oh,
There was
okay.
a community hall there.
Oh, cool.
And they had dances there probably 4 times a year.
Fun.
It was really cool. So they're trying to bring that back, and there's going to be a balloon drop. And the best part is fireworks at 7.
Yeah.
So your
Perfect
kids,
time. Perfect time for me.
Year. Oh, yeah. And your kids and Lauren, who goes to bed at 8:30. Yeah, so you're going to be able to watch the fireworks, take your kiddos home, put them to bed, and then enjoy your evening.
Yeah, that's perfect. I love that. That sounds like we have such a young population, so that's perfect. You can even get a babysitter after that, and parents can go out.
Yeah.
You know, people who like to stay up past 8.
Exactly.
So, because there's
Do
probably
you make
some
it
people.
to midnight on New Year's Eve?
It has been, you know what? I think last year, because I had COVID and I napped a lot during the day, I think last year I might have almost made it to midnight. I think I was watching a movie and I think I kind of napped and then I was like in and out of sleep. So I feel like last year was like the closest in a very long time. Yeah. I know. You're laughing at me?
At least you know that Virginia to Vegas song. So like, hey, you're not that old, right?
I know.
My gosh. I stayed up till midnight last night, Lauren.
You're crazy.
Nighttime, baby.
Hey, we had our Christmas party a couple weeks ago. I made it to midnight that night.
We were like all sitting in the lounge, just hanging out, and I looked at my watch, is like 11:45, and you could just see Lauren just like glazing over, like, oh my gosh.
It was pretty late.
Yeah, but we had fun, and that New Year's party, we're also supporting the fireworks by being the synchronized music for this. So we did this for fireworks, I'm going to say 2 or 3 years ago. And it's really cool because we get to chat with the pyrotechnician, and they are so locked in. They're like, all right, this song needs to end in exactly 30 seconds. And the last time it was like to the Fall Out Boy song, and honestly, it is synchronized. Like the booms go to the bass. It is incredible.
That is so cool. And you're the one who's manning things. Like the pressure is on you.
Oh my gosh, the stress is high level, right? Because they have thousands of dollars worth of fireworks ready to go with the song, and I have to hit the button exactly then. So I have him on the phone with me. He's like 10, 9, and like, do not freeze iPad, because I can do it from an iPad, and man. So if it messes up, it's not my fault. No.
My thing is like, what if you, because like with our on-air system, like what if you accidentally hit like
another song?
Yeah, a different song, or you know what I mean, like automatic or manual, where you hit, you know, like there's all these different things that all it would take is one little slip of the finger, and then boom, you've wrecked New Year's Eve. Like
everyone.
You're starting off 2023 on the worst note for everyone in Cochrane.
It'll be at 7:00, so that still gives what, 5 hours to recover in some sort of way?
I don't think so. Not for every child in Cochrane. You're going to wreck the brand new year, Eric. Does that make you feel like you have some pressure on you?
Me. You're jinxing me.
I'm going to be listening and watching. I'm going to be I'm going to have a stopwatch, and I'm going to be just like watching it all.
In bed, right? Oh, I stayed up late for this one. Anyway, that's everything going on in Cochrane right now. You can grab this podcast on all your favorite services, and we'll probably do one more next week.
Yeah,
and then, it
final
might be
one.
Enough for 2022, and then we'll talk about 2023 and how I saved New Year's Eve.
We'll see. How are we going to top these, though, next year?
Right?
More festive.
Great. Anyway, have a great one, and we'll talk to you again soon.